what we're going to do right now is we're going to use our DVOM to measure battery voltage. So what I want you to do first, if you look at the battery right there, you see that we have two terminals. The one closest to us has a red cable connected to it, and the other one has a black cable. The red one is the positive side. Okay, so what I want you to do first is to reach over and turn the meter on to the volts position, DC volts. Okay, from there I want you to take the red lead and hook it up to the positive battery cable on the metallic part of it. Now do the same thing with the other terminal on the negative side. 12.43 volts. That's with key off, but the door's open, so we've got an interior light going on. Okay, now we're going to turn on the ignition switch, which is going to put a little bit of load on the battery as that's going to power up the computer. It's going to power up the ignition and the fuel injection and all the gauges and so forth. And you see what happened to the voltage?
12.12.
It dropped down from about 12.5 down to about 12.1 volts. So this is using 0.4 of a volt drop to power up all that stuff. Okay, now we're going to crank the engine over and we're going to see what happens to the voltage. What did it go down to? Now it's up to 14 volts. What's going on? Okay, what's going on here is the alternator is charging the battery. So the vehicle is actually running off the alternator at this point. The battery is there as a reserve. The battery is up to 14 volts now, because that's what the alternator is putting out. See, the alternator is just going to keep the battery charged, number one, but it's also providing the electricity for the rest of the vehicle's operations. The battery doesn't get drawn upon at this point. It just stays in a perpetual state of fully charged. Okay, go ahead and shut the key off. Notice that the battery voltage now is about 13.5. Eventually, it'll set it back down to about 12.5, 12.6 volts.